This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Maxspeed TV.
Let's go. I was born to kill it. I was meant to win. I am down and willing, so I will find a way. It took a minute, now it didn't happen right away. When it get hot in the kitchen, you decide to stay.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Maxspeed TV. We are at Echo Park Atlanta Motor Speedway, right here for the OP Buttkicker Unlimited Series. This is the final race of the round of 16. As we get unloaded tonight, these guys are out here in practice right now. Let me look and see how much time. We got about 8.5, or a little over 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes of practice left. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into our standings, I hope. Payson Lindsay and Rick Sanchez both with wins, so they are moving on to the Elite 8. Gabe Butler right there at 15, plus 15 over the cut line. Adam Kilday at plus 14. Anthony English at plus 13. Stephen Miles at plus 8. Everett Lane plus 2. And Rick Seabrands at plus 1 over the cut line. Just below the cut line, though, we have Vicente Guerrero at minus 1. Dana Shepard at minus 5. Andrew Zonto at minus 8. Jimmy Reynolds at minus 12. Andy Brigante at minus 13. Christopher Jordan at minus 24. Mark Mann at minus 25. And Lynn McNeese back there at minus 47. Now, those guys just about 8 to 12 points there. Guerrero, Shepard, Zonto, Reynolds are all just need a good finish tonight, and hope that the rest of the top 8, the bottom part of the top 8, Miles, Lane, Seabrands may not have a good race. But speaking of Dana Shepard, got to give a shout out to Dana. Wednesday night, Dana got the victory at the OP Wednesday night series, and big shout out, congratulations to him on that. Well, let's take a look at what happened last week, though. Rick Sanchez with the win last week. Anthony English in second. Mark Mann finishing third. Dave Hunt in fourth, and Gabe Butler finishing fifth. Wow. Belva coming in at the last second. Oh, Belva, glad you're here again, and congratulations to William Luttrell and Belva Phelps, our newest moderators here on Maxspeed TV. Haven't missed much yet, Belva. That's right. We are still going through our pre-race stuff, our points, and all of that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either, but hey, we got to do what they say. Let's take a look at our pre-race analytics. Wow, what a cool temperature tonight. 66 degree air temperature, 63% humidity, cloudy skies, a 3-mile-an-hour wind. We are at looks like a 67 degree track temperature. So it's going to be a decent track. We are at night under the lights here at Atlanta, Echo Park, whatever you want to call it. Most people still call it the Atlanta Race Motor Speedway, so we're going to call that. Also, I got to give a shout out to Rick Seabrands, our race sponsor for tonight here, the Yeti Coolers 200. Yes, I know it's 180 something laps, but or miles, 1.54 mile track. Do appreciate everybody out there in YouTube land tuning in tonight. Appreciate all of you guys as we are. Let's go ahead and get our we're a little over 5 minutes left of practice. See Anthony English out there. I think he is coming down pit road. Of course, I'm still working on something for the Fall Brawl, getting a graphic set up of that, but what I could do here, is I could go ahead and pull up so you guys can kind of see the Fall Brawl series here. zoom in on this just a little bit. So we're going to have 7 weeks here of fall brawl. 2 races a week. Again, we're looking at different cars at different tracks every week. So there's no telling what we're going to see or how we're going to see it, but looks like we got the Gen 6s, the street stocks, the Indy cars, the Pro Light 2, that is the off-road trucks, the Legacy Gen 4, the Toyota GR86 at the Daytona Road Course. That'll be an hour-long race. The mini stocks at Charlotte, the 87s at Talladega. And then we got the Xfinity at Atlanta, ARCA at 08 Daytona, the next gen at Talladega, and the finish out. Oh, that's too big. We got the trucks at the iRacing Super Speedway and the Gen 4, the new Gen 4 for the championship race. Now that will be the only night that we have the only race. So no fast repairs. The restart zone will be on. Tire limits, and that's going to depend on the car and track, and normal Saturday point systems with 2 GWCs. So let's go ahead and we'll bring Anthony up to the booth real quick. Anthony, I know you guys are finishing up practice here, buddy. We just kind of went over the fall brawl schedule a little bit. I'm still working on a graphic for OBS, but man, it's looking to be like a fun little mini season.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. If you guys, anybody who watched last season, the last fall brawl, and see what it was like, you know, it's like that times 2. You know, double the excitement. We don't race a single car twice. You know, we spread it out with the tracks and tire limits, short fuel, no fast repairs. You know, it's no hold barred. You know, just every man for himself type deal.
It's going to be one of those type of seasons where, well, if you wreck, you're done.
Yeah, I mean, we still gonna have a drop, so you're still gonna drop. So you still got an opportunity to do that, you know, and still winning in. So as long as you win a race and you make the minimum starts, you know, you can still punch your ticket. Still taking 16 drivers, so such a short season. It is. I guess it is a little bit more imperative to try to have as good as finishes as you can. Is some of the stuff we're going to be doing.
Well, you know, enough about fall brawl. That's in the future. Tonight, though, we are looking at the last race of the round of 16, and really, it's a close at the cut line anyway. It's really close, so it's still anybody's game to get into the top 8.
Yeah, I mean it is close. Points are close. There's enough vehicles here where anybody who hasn't won yet does have a chance to be eliminated and hop through or hopped over or whatnot, you know, especially if one of the lower guys in points wins. And we've seen that actually happen with Wednesday. We had somebody really low in points win that race, and it skyrocketed them up and advanced them. So you just never know what could happen. And we've seen some good races in Atlanta and some bad races. So we'll see what kind of race we have tonight being a cutoff race.
Well, I mean, you know, this is, well, I know we were talking about this. Echo Park is what they're calling it. You know, it's still going to be Atlanta to everybody.
Atlanta.
He said Atlanta. If that ain't changing.
I don't even know what an Echo Park is.
I have no idea. Well, Anthony, thanks for coming up and visiting with us and the fans for a little bit. You guys are fixing to get ready for qualifying. And, man, just have fun out there and enjoy the race.
Thank you. I'm going to try to. Even being 13 points above the cut line, though, I mean, there's not much to enjoy about tonight. It's definitely got to perform. Got to get a good finish here, at least probably top 5 to make sure you know you advance, you know.
Yes, sir. Well, good luck, buddy. I'm going to let you go so you can go qualify, and we will catch you later.
Thank you much, Steven. Have a good one.
All right, we'll get him back down there as we get ready to go qualifying here. We're going to get our qualifying drop down up here as Anthony English be the first one coming out of a pit road. Rick Seabrands, I should say, is out. Dwayne Corbett out on the track. Vicente Guerrero coming out on the track as well. Excuse me. Doug Johnson, he is coming out for his qualifying lap. Robert Hooligan, Jimmy Reynolds, Rick Seabrands, our race sponsor. James Mayer out here tonight. Good to see James out here. And again, he was the Dana Shepherd getting that win at Wednesday night and launching him up into, I think they were going into the round of 8 starting next Wednesday. We'll see what happens there. Rick Sanchez out on the track in that 5 Chevy Land, a yellow and black car. I don't see Bubba out here tonight, but Jerry Bergeron out here as well. Right now, Rick Seabrand's throwing down a 32.15 to get the qualifying start of Vicente Guerrero right there to 32.17. Dwayne Corbett in at third with a 32.24. Well, Robert Hooligan just laid down a 32.21. Jimmy Reynolds with the 32.16. James Mayer coming in. Well, that number 5, he just laid down a 32.10 for his qualifying lap. So right now he is the fastest time out there. Y'all have to excuse me with SDK because it is still acting funny with my tower. I don't know why. So I got to do a refresh here every now and then. But right now, Rick Sanchez with the fastest lap. Now, Gabe Butler coming in P3. Now, Gabe did win the pole on Monday night. So we'll see how it turns out tonight here at Atlanta. $100 on the cool days. Wow. That sounds like you was in Oklahoma, not Italy. Let me take a look at our time. A little under 2 minutes left of qualifying. Everett Lane jumping into that second spot with a 32.14, knocking Rick Seabrands down to third. Right now, Gabe Butler sitting in fourth, Jimmy Reynolds in fifth, Anthony English sixth, Vicente Guerrero in seventh, Mark Mann sitting in eighth, Adam Kilday, he is out, well, he was out on the track. He has qualified in eighth, James Mayer ninth, Larry Eddy qualifying at P10, Robert Hooligan in 11th, Andrew Zonto 12th. Stephen Luttrell, he is out on the track or coming in. Oh, Stephen, he just decided he was going to venture off into the walls. Stephen Miles out here tonight as well. About 46 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be Rick Sanchez with the pole tonight. We'll see what kind of time Stephen Miles puts down here as he's cutting down to that apron. Not enough. He's at a 32.16, so 32.17. So some pretty tight times right here between 6th and that ninth place spot with 14 seconds left. I don't think that they're going to have enough time to get in a lap. So we're going to go ahead and pull Mr. Rick Rat up into the booth. Rick Rat himself, Rick Sanchez with the pole tonight. Rick, buddy, congratulations. You're trying to get that win. Well, you've already got the win, so you're already in the round of 8. but it never hurts to have a second win in the round of 16.
Win anytime, right? Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I'm up here. Really, I expected maybe a top 10 in the qualifying. There's a lot of good guys here. Got lucky, got the right temperature winds or something, you know, got me up here. Kind of trying to stay up here now.
Well, you know, of course, it's not going to be easy. I mean, we are at Atlanta. I mean, it's a
tough track.
Well, it's a tough track. It's a technical track that runs kind of like a super speedway, but tires do play a factor here.
Yeah, and you know, I'm kind of torn on when to take tires and when not to, and you know, I kind of don't take them the first stop, see what they look like, and then try to make plans from there on, you know.
Well, buddy, awesome job on winning the pole tonight. You guys are gridding up, so have fun out there. Good luck, and I don't know, who knows, you might get that second victory of the playoffs.
Yeah, my goal is to help a teammate to stay in the top 8 here, and because Rick, he's right at the cutoff. But like I say, if that door opens to see the checkered flag, I'll take it.
And who wouldn't? All right, buddy. Congratulations,
all right,
and good luck, man.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get to our Maxspeed TV starting grid here tonight. Row 1, Rick Sanchez on the pole. Is outside that number 24 of Everett Lane. Row number 2 is Rick Seabrand's Gabe Butler. Row number 3, Jimmy Reynolds, Anthony English. Row number 4 is going to be Stephen Miles and Vicente Guerrero. Row number 5 will be Mark Mann and Adam Kilday. Row number 6, James Mayer, Larry Eddy. Row number 7, Robert Hooligan, Stephen Luttrell. Row number 8, Andrew Zanto and Duke Conrad. Row number 9 was going to be Dwayne Corbett, Thomas Lockwood. Row number 10, Dana Shepard, Douglas Johnson. Row number 11 is going to be the 32 of Cody Eldred and Gary Bergeron. Row number 12, Chris Jordan and Ron Holyfield. And then the last car out there is going to be the 48 of Andrew Schroeder. Let me get this back on here as we get ready to go back green. 120 laps tonight here at Atlanta. The lights on the pace car are out. It dies off down to the safety of pit road. As we get ready to go green here, Rick Sanchez has to go on green into that Echo Park restart zone. Chevyland green flag out. Here we go, folks. We are green flag racing for the final race of the round of 16. Top 8 on to the Elite 8. Rick Sanchez, Everett Lane still kind of side by side. The number 4 of Rick Seabrand's right there with the 5 of Sanchez. As they come down this back stretch in this double file. Pretty much through the whole field. Duke Conrad looking to go 3 wide. He is down on the 06 of Andrew Zonto. A little bit early for that kind of move, but Dude is trying to make his way up through the field and racing. And Cody Eldred out here in the solid black car. Dana Shepard back here in 20th, and Andrew Zonto dropping down to the apron. Dana is looking at the middle here, but drops down to the inside line. Douglas Johnson there on the outside. Andrew Schroeder down on that inside line. Looking back here, Chris Jordan, Gary Bergeron, and Ron Holyfield. Back here in the back of the pack now. Everett Lane has taken over the lead. Gets out in front of Sanchez. Got enough of a push. Again, we are at Atlanta, so it's really going to be the tires, I think, is what's going to be the problem. You're going to see these guys together in the throttle coming into the corners to keep from losing traction, especially later in the laps. Dwayne Corbett, he had the fastest lap. That last lap at 34.38. He is back here with Thomas Lockwood and Cody Eldred. But right now, just trying to find a line. Now Gabe Butler on the outside of Everett Lane. Anthony English right there as well, trying to push Gabe out. Ooh, easy guys, we are. Oh. Whoa, what a save by Anthony English and the 5. Well, that's going to check up the field a little bit. Gabe is kind of out there with no help at the moment, but Anthony is closing the gap. Trying to get caught back up to Gabe. That was very close now. Sanchez jumping out to the outside in front of Gabe Butler. That's going to get the 4 of Seabrands up behind the 24 of Everett Lane. Now, he may have had to try to get a little bit of cool air into that 5 machine, or maybe get a little cool air into the 4 for a second to get it cooled back down. We are already at lap 7 of 120. It will go by pretty quick. It's only about a mile and a half, a little over a mile and a half track. So they are going to knock down the lap counts here pretty quickly. Just kind of looking back here towards the back, around the end of Gonzo. Kind of off the pace a little bit, but maybe he can go over to the outside. Chris Jordan down on the bottom. Ron Holyfield coming around Chris right now on that outside line down the back straightaway. Back up to the front though. Sanchez did take back over the lead after that close call with him and Anthony English. So far so good. They are running through lap 9 in the book, so we're on lap 9, and Gabe Butler gives a 24 a pretty good shot right there. As you can see, the draft is a thing here because Gabe gave the 24 a shot. You can see how much he's jumping out of the 5. Got it caught up to the 5 anyway. Sanchez, that was getting pretty dicey right now. Back through the field here. Not really much else going on. Zanto dropping back. Dana Shepard back here 27th or 22nd. Chris Jordan at 23rd. Stephen Luttrell back here at 24th. And Ron Holyfield in at 25th. 25 car count tonight. Not too bad. Top 8 drivers, or top 16 drivers are battling out to get into the top 8. Watch these guys come down the back stretch. 4 right on the back of bumper of that 5. Like Stephen Luttrell down pit lane. Not sure what's going on with Stephen, why he pit early, but he is coming down to his pit box. That will put Stephen Luttrell a lap down. Ron Holyfield, he is just back here by himself. Still in his pit box. know, you gotta have somebody talking. Sometimes I'll go quiet for just a few seconds, but you know, I've seen broadcasts where they don't talk at all. I don't think I've ever seen that, but limited talking I have seen. It really makes for a dull race. Steven does come back out of pit road finally, but he is 3 laps down. Sanchez out to the front. Now, I will say this about Atlanta, folks. If you watched us race at Atlanta before, pit road entrance is a little different. The entrance to pit road, you have to enter at the beginning of turn 3 before you get into turn 3. We'll see this commitment cone. I'll try to stop it. See the big double yellow line, or the big lines down at the bottom of the track right there. That is the entrance to pit road. You have to enter before you go into turn 3. And Jimmy Reynolds, he drops down to the apron, but he's back up. Mark Mann pushing up to the 8 of Stephen Miles. And it is tight racing, but good racing so far. Robert Booligan back here in 12th. Right now, our biggest mover, though, is the 48 of Andrew Schroeder, up 8 spots. Sanchez does lead another lap. Everett Lane, Gabe Butler, door to door with the 5 at 24. We're going to see a lot of that tonight, especially coming out through that trioval. And we don't have stages here, so this is going to be a race straight through. Good battle up here between Everett and Rick Sanchez. Let's go ahead and take a look at our battle for position, as they are catching up ever so slightly to Stephen Luttrell and Ron Holyfield. Again, Stephen is 3 laps down, so he's going to have a lot of ground to make up. You can see Sanchez right now, your leader. Is he going to lead another lap coming to the line? He does. Yeah, he is. That's 14 of Vicente Guerrero. He is right there behind the 88 of Gabe Butler. Now Gabe dropping down to the inside. 20 laps, we're probably going to start seeing some green flag pit stops here. As you can see everybody jockeying to get down in that lower line. Stephen Miles and Vicente Guerrero on the outside. They are going to make it around another lap here. Anybody coming down pit road. Dana Shepard, he is back here in 21st. Cody Eldred in 22nd. Chris Jordan off the pace. He's about 14 seconds behind Cody. Ron Holyfield and Stephen Luttrell right here going to try to probably work together, maybe to get caught up with Chris Jordan. Maybe another lap around. Sanchez still out in the lead. Vicente Guerrero, Stephen Miles to the outside. Try to get that second line to move. But really, now the 025 of Larry Eddy is coming up. We are going to make it go another lap around here. So we coming back around for lap 23. Speeds aren't real high tonight. We're looking at about 175 mile an hour on the straightaways. Now Vicente getting a little bit of side draft there off of the 5 and the 4. The 4 gives the 5 a shot. Now Stephen Miles gives Vicente a shot there to get him push up to the front. We We see a lot of guys down on that low line right now. That is Stephen Miles in the 8 machine there. And Stephen probably is one of the better pushers out here. Like I said, I've run with these guys, not only on OP, but also on other leagues as well. But yeah, Stephen's a really good driver. He's a really good pusher. He knows when to tap you, when to bump draft, when to push, when not to push. So he runs up, and we're going to look at 3 wide. Nope, we're going pit stops, guys. That is Rick Sanchez leading them down the pit road. As you can see, they had to enter well before that third and turn. Had to get shut down. The 4. Street Brands almost having a problem. Gabe Butler, Everett Lane, Jimmy Reynolds, Duke Conrad, Andrew Zonto, Andrew Schroeder, Gary Bergeron, and Cody Eldred all down the pit road. Looks like Stephen Miles, Vicente Guerrero coming down pit road. That's going to leave Mark Mann, Anthony English, James Mayer, and Adam Kilday out on the track still. And we still got cars coming down. Again, Stephen Miles, Vicente Guerrero, Robert Hooligan, Larry Eddy, Thomas Lockwood, Dwayne Corbett, Dana Shepard, Doug Johnson, Chris Jordan, and Ron Holyfield all down pit road. Here comes the other group. Mark Mann, Anthony English, James Mayer, Adam Kilday, all coming down. But right now, this group right here, Rick Sanchez, Rick Seabrands, Andrew Zonto, Andrew Schroeder, Gabe Butler, Everett Lane, Jimmy Reynolds, and Cody Eldred all grouped up right here together. Gary Bergeron's back here, Duke Conrad coming up on him now. Again, this is definitely going to spread the field out. There's the 4 giving the 5 a shot right off the bat. Now it looks like Anthony English, Mark Mann, again, those guys down pit road. So Rick Sanchez, they come around Chris Jordan. That's going to put Chris Jordan a lap down. Adam Kilday and this group is now coming off of pit road. They are not up to speed. Rick Sanchez, Rick Seabrands, they're just going to go ahead and scoot on around Mark Mann in this crew. Chris Jordan did drop back in with these guys. Andrew Zonto is right there, as well as Andrew Schroeder. Then you got Thomas Lockwood, Larry Eddy, Gabe Butler, Everett Lane, Jimmy Reynolds, and Stephen Miles trying to get caught up. Duke Conrad, he is back here as well. And then Dwayne Corbett, Doug Johnson, Dana Shepard, Gary Bergeron. Duke Conrad is back here as Dana goes to the inside of the 388 of Doug Johnson. Trying to get up here and get caught up with Dwayne Corbett. Again, traffic is a thing here at Atlanta. Sanchez going up to the high side. That's going to put Mark Mann, Anthony English right around Rick. Rick just trying to stay in with that group. But here comes the 06. Andrew Zonto. Sanchez dropping down to that low line. That's going to kind of leave Zonto out there by himself. As he goes door to door with the 95. That side draft is really helping the 06 of Zonto. Here comes the 48 of Andrew Schroeder. Trying to make a run with Zonto on that second line. Back here, Gabe Butler, Everett Lane. They're going to get 5 of Larry Eddy and a 38 of Thomas Lockwood. In turn 1 and 2, Christopher Jordan lap down. He is right there in the mix. Gabe Butler, Everett Lane with the run. Now Andrew dropping down to the inside line. That kind of checked up that second lane for just a second. See what happens as they catch up with the 06 of Andrew Zonto. We've got guys scattered all over the place. Anthony English going up a little high. Jimmy Reynolds, he jumping out there with the 24 of Everett Lane. Stephen Miles right there as well. Trying to get that second line up, back up to the front. About a 1/10 of a second off the pace of Rick Seabrand. Now Rick is going to lead a lap here. He will get a lap. Zonto, Butler, Lane, Reynolds, all in that second line with Miles, Eddie, Lockwood. We're side by side racing about 7, 8, 9 rows here. Like 8 rows. Side by side, Zonto looking at the side grab. Ooh, Jimmy Reynolds almost getting a little bit loose. Looks like Dwayne Corbin towed the pit road. What happened to Dwayne here? Did he get a bad push or did he just lose traction? He dropped down to let people go by, and then he stops and just tows back to pit road. Back up to the front here, though. Zonto to the outside with Butler. Still trying to get that second line to move. Come back around. Like 37 to 120 in the books. Go ahead and step aside here and do a little bit of crank it up for you guys. I know we're still early, but I got to get another cup of coffee. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Folks, we are back. Thank you for, hope you enjoyed that crank it up here. Rick Brand still your leader. Still a good battle here with Andrew Zonto. Kind of get pushed out to the front, and Stephen Miles, he kind of goes up on the high side and checks up just a little bit there. Looks like Wayne Corbett did take his car to pit road. He's still down on pit road. 9 laps down, it looks like. Excuse me, I had a sneeze here. Went out and mowed a yard today, and now my allergies are acting up a little bit, so bear with me. Seabrand's still down on the bottom. Mark Van right behind him. Anthony English there as well. Andrew Zonto, Gabe Butler, Miles Everett to the outside. Top 6 right now, top 7. James Merritt, Jimmy Reynolds rounding out your top 10. Then we got Schroeder, Eddie, Kilday, Lockwood, Conrad, Doug Johnson, Dana Shepard, Gary Bergeron, Cody Eldred, and Chris Jordan. 20 cars right there. Robert Hooligan, Vicente Guerrero, Ron Holyfield, and Steve Guerrero. Drivers that's left. Andrew Zonto finally getting out to the front just a little bit. Not enough to clear the 4 of Seabrand. Another bump or so from Gabe Butler. He'll have enough to get down to the inside line. Opts not to go down there, and that's going to allow Seabrand to get the run on the inside as we come back to the tri-oval to the start-finish line. Seabrand with another lap led. 46 of 120, and it has been a great race so far, ladies and gentlemen. Zonto moving up 3 wide. He is falling back. Jimmy Reynolds getting around him. Larry Eddy going to come through the middle as well as the 36 of the trail. Gabe Butler now, your leader, is he going to drop it down to the inside? He does. That's going to leave the 8 of Stephen Miles and 24 of Everett Lane on that second line. Now Gabe Butler out to the front. Butler is your leader in total points right now. No, he didn't run out of gas, but he's still back here. He's just falling back to 13. They've been out here 22 laps on this run, so looks like they were 25, 26 laps per tank of fuel. After 16 miles, getting pushed by the 24 of Everett Lane. Again, no relation to me. That's been asked. Oh. Well, that answered my question of where they were racing at, so Daytona tonight for the Coca-Cola. Is it the 600 or 400 tonight? We come down the back straightaway. Gabe Butler still right there. Stephen Miles is outside. Coke 0 400. Okay, all right. I don't follow as much as I used to or would like to. Oh, Everett Lane into the wall. What a save by Everett. Let's take a live rewind on this real quick. You'll see Everett Lane. He goes up high, trying to keep it off the wall, gets a little sideways, scrapes the wall, gets even more sideways, almost down into the 4 of Mark Mann. Now we got these guys coming down pit road. Leading them down pit road, Rick Seabrands, Mark Mann, Rick Sanchez, Everett Lane, Andrew Santo, Andrew Schroeder, Duke Conrad, Robert Hooligan with Stephen Miles. That's going to put him, well, he's going to come down pit road. Doesn't look like anybody's coming with him. Well, Thomas Lockwood's with him. Jimmy Reynolds is with him. Here comes Dana Shepard, Douglas Johnson, Gary Bergeron, Cody Eldred. Looks like Andrew Santo, one of the first ones off of pit road. Anthony English out here. There goes Vicente Guerrero. Vicente's 2 laps down. I don't know how Vicente got 2 laps down, but Vicente's coming down the pit road. He's got the 025 with him, though, of Larry Eddy. Jimmy Reynolds still down on pit road. Thomas Lockwood coming out. Stephen Miles on his way out. Chris Jordan is a lap down. Anthony English, James Mayer, Adam Kilday. If I'm reading this right, that is the only 3 cars on the lead lap. Here they come down pit road. Somebody crashed. Who was that? Doug Johnson. Let's see what happened to Doug. Him and Cody Eldred touch. Coming off a pit road, and that sent Doug down and around. But no caution on that. But I'm seeing Anthony English, Adam Kilday, James Mayer down on pit road. Looking at Andrew Zanto and Larry Eddy. Okay, so they was just on the, alright, now we're back up to everybody pretty much being on the lead lap. Rick Sanchez with the black flag. He's going to have to come down and serve a black flag here, folks, as he gets to his pit box. Well, if it's going to be an unsafe pit exit or what, so that's definitely going to hurt Rick. Jake Butler does take over the lead. Rick Seabrands there in second. Mark Mann in third. Everett Lane in a fourth. Andrew Zanto fifth. Stephen Miles in sixth. Larry Eddy in a seventh. Thomas Lockwood eighth. Jimmy Reynolds ninth. Anthony English rounding out your top 10. 11 through 20 is Mayer, Kilday, Schroeder leaking out. Conrad, Bergeron, Shepard. Oh, Shepard almost having some problems there. Bergeron, Eldred, Jordan, Hooligan, Johnson, your 20 car, Rick Sanchez, back out in 21st. Guerrero, he is up here trying to get his lap back. He got down 2 laps. Holyfield's back here in at 23rd, Luttrell in 24th. Wayne Corbett has taken his car behind the wall. See a lot of guys been a little bit door-to-door action going on between the 17 of Reynolds and the 06 of Johnson. Quite close. Gabe Butler, Rick Seabrands, they are still right here. Mark Mann, Everett Lane. Down on the inside, the Vicente Guerrero, Stephen Miles on the second line. Talking about the 06 Azanto. How Vicente got 2 laps down, though. I didn't see any black flags on my. Of course, it shows me black flags and meatballs now because I've got all the race control. Oh, okay. The 14. Well, but it picked up around turn number 1 and 2. Well, we've had some close calls here tonight, though, folks. It's been really close. Allison out there in chat. Brad, thanks for joining us tonight here on Maxspeed TV. Of course, guys, if you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and hit that like button for me. If you're new to Maxspeed TV, also hit that bell icon every time we do go live. Now, we normally on Saturday nights we have a double broadcast where JM Squared, that is our owner of Maxspeed TV, Joshua Medlock and Jeremy Medlock, his brother, broadcast for the Victory X Financial. But we are, I think they are off. I was wondering, Wayne, what happened to you, buddy? See you go into the pits and then well, that was it. And I want to say the number 95 of the game Valvoline paint scheme is a throwback as well. I could be wrong on that. Some of these guys are running their own paint schemes. Guys like Dana Shepard and the 78 of Chris Jordan. And they're part of a group depth graphics that create paint schemes for them. traveling around Australia. Oh, wow. So, family lineage, I guess you could say. I don't know, Brad, if you have been there or heard about it, the Rose Cottage in Australia is descendants, there's descendants of my family. My grandmother on my mom's mom, she was a descendant of the Rose family that created that. Well, I guess they were. Oh, easy! Another good save by the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. That could have been bad. Yeah, Brad, I don't know if you actually have heard of it or been down to that yet or not, but the Rose Cottage in Australia is part of my family. Hey, Butler with the commanding lead. They are winding down the laps pretty good. Been out here 19 or I can't hardly see that. But that's the bad thing about SDK is not the greatest. They've been out here 19 laps. On this run, so probably going to see here in about another I didn't know that until a couple of years ago. My mom had mentioned something. I'd seen something on Facebook, and I knew my grandmother, or my great-grandmother, or great-great-grandmother was a Rose, and I believe that might have been my grandmother's maiden name as well. My mom had mentioned something about it because I'd seen something on Facebook, and I asked my mom if that was some of our relatives. Yeah, I think it was my great-great-great-grandmother came from Australia to California, and was living on the Rose farm. But Australia is a place I want to go. I want to go down there. I've got a buddy of mine who lives in Australia. I went to high school. It's my best friend in high school. He lives in Australia. That's where his wife's from. So I definitely want to go there and on a vacation or something. Gabe Butler, he is staying out front. Now Vicente Guerrero is trying to get back up there, but just don't have enough to get around those top two cars. Ross Chastain with stage 2. Now Gabe Butler coming down pit road. 24 of Everett Lane coming with him. They are teammates with Jimmy Reynolds. Showed by the 915. That is Robert Hooligan. Gabe Butler, Everett Lane, and Jimmy Reynolds down pit road. That's going to leave Sam Seabrand, which is our race sponsor for tonight, coming down this back stretch into turns 3 and 4. I'll show you guys where the pit entrance is at. you see him dropping down. We just went on board right there, that yellow line. We've seen Rick pass. That is going to be the pit entrance. So you have to commit and be in that lane into turns 3 as he gets it shut down. That's going to bring him and Mark Mann, Andrew Zonto, Andrew Schroeder, Stephen Miles, Thomas Lockwood, Jerry Bergeron, Dana Shepard, Duke Conrad, Cody Eldred, Doug Johnson, Rick Sanchez, Robert Hooligan, all down pit road. Anthony English, though, staying out here, does have the lead now with James Mayer and Adam Kilday right there with him. That is the 25 of Larry Eddy. No, that is not. That is the 25 of Ron Holyfield. English, Mayer, and Kilday been out here 24 laps. They've got Conrad at the 9:15 of Robert Hooligan. Vicente Guerrero coming off of pit road. That's the lead group gets around the 388 of Doug Johnson. 3 laps down. Of course, these guys that are going a lap down, they'll get their lap back just by a pit stop. So right now, it looks like we're going to have Anthony English, James Mayer, Adam Kilday still staying out to Conrad right there. And Shepard right there with this lead group as well. James Mayer and Adam Kilday going to make their pit stops now. Christian Jordan. Okay, he's going back now. He's been in there a little while. Uh-oh, we're going to have a caution here. That was the 5. Of Rick Sanchez. Several cars getting involved in that. Take a look here and see what happened. We'll back this up just a little bit. It looks like the 32 lap traffic going up to the high side. Jimmy Reynolds is right there. He's trying to squeeze it down. The 32 trying to hold his line. Jimmy Reynolds, though, gets a little pinched. Oh, the 025 of Larry Eddy comes up and catches the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds in the left rear quarter panel. And then Sanchez was right there as Jimmy hits the wall hard, gets hit by the 32 of Cody Elder. That sends them down to the apron. The Vicente Guerrero, Stephen Miles, Mark Mann. Oh, Andrew Zonto eclipsed the 17 as well. And then Andrew Schroeder slides into the back of the 05 and the 04. Rick Seabrands getting involved in it as well. Well, that's going to bring out our first caution. 85 laps of green-black racing. Not a bad run for a Saturday night. This is going to change up a little bit. Still going to be at least a well, it's still going to be at least a 1 pit stop race. Maybe 2. We'll see what happens as Sanchez is coming down pit road now. But we are going to go ahead and step aside. We're going to play a commercial from our green flag sponsor, Chevyland.com, Shreveport, Louisiana. If you're to market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, go to Chevyland.com, take a look at what they have in inventory. You can do everything online, financing, browsing, talking to a salesperson, all of that online if you can't make it to Shreveport. Well, these guys will deliver in the lower 48 states. That is the Chevyland.com. Hang tight. We will be right back.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
All right, well, we want to visit with somebody, so I want to go ahead and bring this guy up. I got to personally congratulate him for the win on a Wednesday night. Dana Shepard, buddy, first of all, congratulations on your win Wednesday night, bud. Man, I know it's been a long time, had a dry spell there for you, but man, just a big shout out to you for that win Wednesday night.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It was quite a win. I didn't expect it. I'm not having a really good night right now, trying to get back on the lead lap after some people that kept the pace car.
Man, you guys went pretty quicker than I thought, but you still want to talk or you want to concentrate?
No, we can talk for a second here. I'm just going to be lining up, try to get to the lucky dog spot, I hope.
Well, you know, tonight really has been a great race. That was our first caution with 85 laps. So, man, it's been great racing out there tonight.
Yeah, it has. The guys have been real respectful. I mean, they've been trying to stay off each other a little bit. This place is real greasy. I know guys have been doing 2 tire stops. That really makes the car real loose coming out of the pit. So it's they're getting a little rough up front.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go, buddy, so you can concentrate and keep an eye out on that. We will talk to you later, my friend.
All right, man. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the night.
All right, well. No, you're right, Brad. There was really no give and take right there. It was just several laps down. Just kind of moved more to the shoulder. That's going to be a big one here. Oh, big wreck here, guys. Dana Shepard involved. Ooh, Duke Conrad went rolling. Let's take a look. And I hate, that's why I don't like interviews on cautions and stuff like that. It makes me feel bad that man, it aggravates me. It looked like it started right here with the 06 and the 24. We're going to back this up just a little bit. Oh, the 36 is Steve on the trail there. Gets into the back of the 06. That shoves him up into the 24. Well, that sends the 24 up high. And the 06 Zonto gets loose. Able to correct it. And then 24 getting back in line. Well, that sends him into the 6. The 24 goes around. He catches the 88. The 17 gets a piece of it. The 38 right into the back of the 17. Gabe up into the wall. That catches Latrell Sanchez. A hooligan, Dude Conrad. And I think Dude went up and over. Oh, Dana right there. Yeah, Dude Conrad goes up and over. The old 25 getting involved in it. The 10, I should say. Yeah, and unfortunately, Dana was involved in that, so there goes his shot at the lucky dog. I guess that, oh yeah, I know, Ginger, but, you know, it's just, I used to give Joshua a hard time about having that medlock juju, and, man, I did that the other night to one of my buddies. I interviewed him, and, as soon as I got off the interview, they go green flag. Yeah, he totals his car. So it's like, you know, how you can't win for losing. So Dude Conrad did get a black flag, gave Butler with a meatball flag. He was trying not to lose his fast repair. He is down on pit road trying to get as much fixed as he can. All right, guys, well, hang tight. While they finish up their pit stop and pace, we will be back in just a second.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
All right, lights on the pace car are out. Come around turns 3 and 4. It will dive off down to pit road. We get back started. We'll get to that Echo Park restart zone right here on Maxspeed TV. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Chevyland green flag back out. Here we go. Lap 93 when we cross the line. We'll start on the loud pedal once again. Yeah, some of these guys may need a lot of duct tape. Oh no, looks like Gabe Butler has taken his car behind the wall. Or no, he is back out. I'm sorry. He is coming back out. Dude Conrad got a meatball flag again. He may have had a bad engine or something. But Stephen Miles is your leader. Ooh, it's getting a little dicey. 915 Robert Hooligan. He is breaking the wall. He's behind the 85. Stephen Miles down on the inside with the 025 of Larry Eddy. Dana Shepard right there. Dana is still a lap down, though. Trying to get his lap back the hard way. Looks like Dana had to use his fast repair. With Larry Eddy going door to door. 915 is just kind of all over the place right there. Robert Hooligan is a lap down, so he is lap traffic him in the 25. I was itching really bad all of a sudden. I was trying to scratch my eyes and look at a race 2. Oh, 85 jumping up, blocking the 25 of Larry Eddy. I kind of checked up Larry a little bit. There's the 38. Thomas Lockwood drops down to the inside line. Stephen Luttrell going down to the inside. He's getting down the pit road. Ooh, that was a hard lick by Stephen down to the pit road wall. I guess went ahead and towed. He did get the black flag. He got pushed down to the pits. Stephen Miles over the leader. Adam Kilday in second. Larry Eddy in a third. Mark Mann fourth. Anthony English back here in fifth. James Mayer sixth. Rick Seabrands in seventh. Andrew Schroeder in eighth. Andrew Zonto in 9th, Jerry Bergeron 10th, Hooligan in 11th, Dana Shepard 12th. All 22 laps to go, folks. Let's go ahead and take a look. May have enough to do in the tank to finish this race. We'll see what happens. Stephen Miles, now Robert Hooligan right on the bumper of Miles. Dana Shepard right there. He is trying to get his lap back by getting around the leader. If he's going to do that, he's going to have to jump to the outside and have some help go with him. Stephen Miles going to lead another lap. Stephen looking to get the victory tonight. Round of 8. Make sure he's locked into the round of 8. We are single file all the way back through the field pretty much. We got a little bit of side-by-side action with the 32 of Cody Eldred and the 48 of Andrew Schroeder. Jerry Bergeron looking to go to the outside as well as the 6 of Andrew Zonto peeking to the outside of the 388 of Johnson. Larry Eddy is still in fourth, but he is falling back. I see somebody down on the apron. I don't know who that was. Stephen Luttrell, he is coming off of pit road. He is not moving very fast, only 140 miles an hour. Oh, the 88 of Gabe Butler going up to the high side. Gabe is 4 laps down, it looks like. 5 laps down. Stephen Miles, Robert Hooligan right there. Robert Hooligan is the first car a lap down right now. Him and the 43 are actually battling for the lucky dog. But Vicente Guerrero, he is trying to make his way back up there as well. But without any help on that outside line, and he is kind of falling back a little bit. Now they're checking up. He is going to come around the 36 of, or 38 of Lockwood. Vicente getting in line here. Looking back through here, that's Gabe Butler right there. You know, 5 laps down, but he is still trying to battle out. Still got to try to get a good finish. Somehow Gabe is getting a great run out there by himself. Hits the wall at Daytona. Well, Everett, appreciate the updates though, buddy. I was kind of wondering about that race tonight because I'd got a message. As we are 15 to go, we are counting them down. 2 cautions for the night though, not bad. We get ready to come back around, we'll be at 14 to go at the line. Last race of the round of 16. Next week we will cut to the Elite 8. Stephen Miles down on the inside with the 915 of Robert Hooligan, who's still a lap down. Stephen Luttrell dropping down to the apron, going to let these lead cars get around. Dave Butler, he gets a lap back. So he gets out in front of the 8 of Stephen Miles. That puts him, well, he won't get the lucky dog. Oh, Stephen Luttrell gets a meatball flag again. Stephen not having a real good night. Doug Johnson coming down pit road right now. Well, to go, we come down the back straightaway. Gabe Butler out to the front of these guys, but he is several laps down. Robert Hooligan still the first car lap down. Here comes Thomas Lockwood looking to get a run around Robert Hooligan. Robert driving all over the bumper of the 8 of the miles. Nobody out with Lockwood right now. Everybody else kind of down in that single file. We got several cars that are just a lap down. That's Lockwood, Hooligan, Shepard, Eldred, Reynolds, and Lane, and Jordan. Jordan's coming down pit road. Vicente Guerrero, 2 laps down. Douglas Johnson, 2 laps down. Sanchez, 2 laps down. Ron Holyfield, 3 laps down. We are 10 to go now, folks. Look at this here. I think Miles has been out here for 20 laps. Will not have enough to make it, I don't think. We'll see what they can do. We got guys coming down pit road. Jerry Bergeron, Andrew Schroeder, Cody Eldred. Chris Johnson coming off of pit road now. Stephen Miles, though, he is your leader. The 38 is blinking out there. Lockwood. Eight to go here at the line. Dave Butler is battling up here. Stay out front. Right now, Gabe is in 22nd spot. Andrew Zonto down on pit road with Everett Lane. Stephen Miles, though, he has been out here for several laps. We are going to be 7 to go at the line here. Maybe here to the outside, drops it back down in the line. That pushes the 38. Lockwood up to the top side. Looks like Mark Mann came down pit road as well. Not going to have enough fuel to make it. Keeping an eye to see if anybody else is coming down pit road. down the back stretch. Stephen Miles, Adam Kilday, Larry Eddy, Anthony English, James Mayer, your top 5. Followed by C. Brands, Hooligan, Shepard, Lockwood, Reynolds, Mann, Sanchez, Schroeder, Bergeron, Lane, Eldred, Guerrero, Jordan, Johnson, Sanchez, Holyfield, Butler, Trail, Conrad, and Wayne Corbin have both taken their cars behind the wall. So we are 5 to go here. Coming around turn number 4 to this big tri-oval. Miles out in front. Adam Kilday about 0.4 of a second behind Miles, but he's got, I think, 3 lap cars. There goes the 915 of Hooligan. 8 of Miles. Miles didn't have enough to finish. Adam Kilday, now your leader. I don't even know if Adam's going to have enough to make it, if he was able to save enough or not. But Anthony English, he is going to come around Adam here. Same with Anthony. I don't know if he's going to have enough to make it, with 3 to go. Jimmy Reynolds, Robert Hooligan, Thomas Lockwood, Dana Shepard, Gabe Butler, all down pit road. 2 to go, folks. Yeah, I think they did. I think a lot of these guys was praying for that yellow that didn't come. As we come down the back straightaway, we're going to look at Anthony English and Adam Kilday right here. They're going to stay out. Oh, Adam's dropping back. He may be out of fuel. Nope. White flag in the air, folks. Here we go. Last lap. Anthony English, James Mayer side by side. Adam Kilday dropping way back. James Mayer, though, he is going to take over the lead. Anthony English in the second. Looks like Adam Kilday. Oh, Adam out of fuel. But James Mayer going to get your win tonight. Anthony English second. Adam Kilday coasting across the line for that P3 spot. Larry Eddy in 4th. Stephen Miles in 5th. That will be your top 5. Well, hang tight, folks. We're going to get caught up with our top 3 here in just a second before the Maxspeed TV post-race interview. Hang tight. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we have caught up with our top 3 as Adam Kilday is coasting up to the start-finish line. while he's coasting up there, we're going to go ahead and bring him into the broadcast booth. Well, Adam, are you going to have enough momentum to get you up there with those other two guys?
Yeah, we just made it. We're about to pull up alongside the 44 right here, and yeah.
Well, you know, somebody had actually mentioned, and well, I just wanted to say you guys were I think you guys was hoping for a last second caution there.
Kind of, sort of. Like, I honestly haven't seen like an OP or league race in general, like, run it out to the end to where, you know, it's like you needed to save like the milk, down to the liter of freaking fuel. So
Right.
I thought I could run maybe front row, second row hard, and maybe there'd be a wreck or a caution. You know, and probably people fighting for maybe lucky dog positions in the back. Maybe a wreck would happen, but no, it stayed green to the end, which is what you want. You know, we had 2 cautions this race, so yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, it was a great, especially for Atlanta. You know, it's not an easy track to run here either, but man, you know, Saturday nights, it's kind of hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? And boy, tonight was just a grand slam. You guys did an amazing job out there. Let's talk a little bit about that. You had that several green flag pit stops and then 2 cautions. There was a lot of respectful driving, a lot of give and take. You know, there was some that wasn't, but, you know, that's what caused, I think, a caution there. But really, overall, the quality of the race was just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Atlanta, the racing has probably gotten a bit more organized since they added in the painted lines in the turns. So it gives everyone more of a general perspective on where they're supposed to run here, versus like the black seams that people relied on before the Atlanta update. But yeah, you know, it was nighttime race, so low track temp obviously, and that made the B car handle quite well tonight. And yeah, you know, I'd say besides the right side tire wear, which is pretty strong in this car at this track, you know, we decided to just take 4s for the remaining amount of green flag pit stops we did up until the end. So yeah, you know, it was a blast for sure.
Well, awesome job, Adam. Man, what a great race for you guys tonight. And, you know, finishing where you did, that's going to probably definitely lock you into the round of 8, man. What are you looking for the next couple races?
Hopefully an OP win on the season. I mean, one of the nights, shoot. Yeah, we're hoping to get one of those wins, but it could come with time, you know. But if not this season, then there's always next season. So yeah.
Well, awesome job, Adam. Congratulations on your P3, buddy. Mike's yours. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate?
Yeah, we'll do a shout-out for the top 3 finish with the teammates in the Discord I was with. James on the win, Anthony on the P2. So yeah, that worked out for us in the end. We'll do another shout out to everyone else in the Discord as well. Shout out to OP League admins and all those guys, especially also the guys on the other nights that admin Monday and Wednesday. And shout out to YouTube and Stephen Lane, your commentary on the broadcast. So yeah, once again, your time is greatly appreciated, dude.
Well, I appreciate it, Adam, buddy. Go celebrate, and hopefully we'll catch up with you here soon, bud.
I will do. Take it easy.
Yep. All right, well, that's going to bring us to our P2 finisher tonight. Of course, we talked to him a little bit. Come on.
What?
Oh, this goofy thing is acting weird. The 44 of Anthony English in that P2 spot tonight. Well, Anthony, again, we were talking about the quality of the race tonight, dude. 2 cautions for a Saturday night is just, especially at Atlanta, which is not an easy track to run, as we talked about earlier. But really, the quality of race tonight was just outstanding.
It was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, a lot of there was. I mean, not to say there wasn't a lot of conflict, because there was some door banging, some crazy stuff that happened, and some odds and ends stuff. But yeah, it only ended up with 2 cautions through the whole night, and such a clean race and stuff like that. I mean, you can't ask for a better of a night.
Well, last race of the round of 16, we talked about this earlier. You were talking about just trying to finish well enough. And the P2 is definitely going to get you locked in to the round of 8 next week. We were talking about with Adam, what are you looking for the next couple of races?
Same thing, just consistency. You need top 5s, and if you can, snag a win. I mean, you only got two races to get some points, and there's not a lot of points when there's no stages and on Saturdays. So I mean, you got to keep it clean and mind your P's and Q's and get as many points as you can.
Well, buddy, I mean, it's been a great season for you guys. You gave us a pretty good scare this season, but definitely glad to see you back out here having fun, doing what you love to do. And man, if you do that again, I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna kick you in the butt.
I don't think they could do a heart surgery like this again to me anyway. So if it happens again, I'm probably just dead.
Don't even say that. It's not going to happen. We're not even going to talk about that. Well, Anthony, awesome job, buddy. Congratulations on the P2. Man, I'm going to turn the mic over to you. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give?
Well, first, before we get into this, I can tell you who the final 8 are.
Oh, okay.
So with Payson Lindsay and Richard Sanchez winning the first 2 races, they were automatically in. So your other 6 in would be Adam Kilday, me, Stephen Miles, Gabe Butler, Rick Seabrands, and Everett Lane. That's your top 8.
All right.
So those 8 will be going on to the round of 8 next week to continue racing for a championship.
Well, so tonight's victory, was this probably a payback for maybe him helping you out? But we're talking about James, but
I'll be honest, I was trying, because I have a streak going, and James is the first one to meet me in Atlanta in 7 races. I had a seven race Atlanta win streak going, so he finally broke it, but it wasn't with a little bit of, at least I was right there finishing the second and had to look at it. But yeah, no, big shout out to James. James and me, we're really good at saving fuel, and it just kind of just luck be it the way that we were saving most of the night. We were extending our pit stops, which ended up in the long run, it put a bunch of people lap down, put them in panic mode and all that stuff, and so we just kept with it, and we just saved at the end too, and we're able to make it. I ran out right as I was going across the line, so I mean, I didn't have any more to do anything more than what I did. But yeah, James had enough to go around and do burnout, so
Oh, wow.
good for him. I didn't get to do a burnout.
Well,
but
no, like I said, man, it was a great race. It was fun to call. The field did spread out. We had the top 3 were the only ones really on the lead lap. So, but man, what a race, man. And again, Mike, is yours for your final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give.
Oh, well, first off, big shout out to Maxspeed TV, you, Steven, Jeremy, and Joshua, and everything that you guys have done on Saturdays and helping us build into what we become and stuff. And we appreciate that, and we love having you guys on board. It's awesome every time you do a broadcast. So big shout out to you guys first and foremost. All the admins, the admin team, and do what they do and keep us doing what we doing. And I think tonight was a testament of how good Saturdays have become when it comes to a wild card race like Atlanta and only having two cautions. So, we're always working towards trying to keep it clean and having some of the best super speedway racing around. And I think we do accomplish that. And then, big shout out to the teammates. bummer Mark didn't end up advancing tonight, but big shout out to Jim for the win, Adam for finishing third. We swept the top 3 again, back-to-back races, so we'll take that. And congrats to C-Brands on advancing as well. Same with Sanchez. So it'll be a nice little team effort in the final round of 8. You're trying to battle it out to get into the top 4. And then all my family, friends, everybody watching at home. My beautiful girlfriend Rachel, she's down in South Carolina doing a family trip, so she's not even home. And shout out to my dad and everything at home watching. Did my best. Tried to keep the streak alive, Dad, but just sometimes you got to finish second. And then the Buttkicker and everybody who sponsors and helps out on Saturdays. I do believe tonight was the Yeti. Sponsored by Rick Seabrand, so big shout out to Rick for sponsoring tonight, and to everybody that helps out, Buttkicker, all the other guys, that's Icon, Irish Song Flag, all those guys, Peter for what he does behind the scenes, Steven paints a lot of people's stuff, just everything. It takes a lot of people to do everything that we do, so just big shout out to everybody, especially the racers.
Real quick, run us through the top 8 again before we go on to James.
Your top 8 will be Payson Lindsay, Richard Sanchez, Adam Kilday, Anthony English P, Stephen Miles, Gabe Butler, Rick Seabrands, and Everett Lane.
All right. Well, we are looking forward to that, man. Congratulations. Go celebrate, my friend, and we will catch you here soon.
Thank you, Steven. You have a good night too, man.
You too, bud.
I'm going to go watch the rest of this Daytona race.
All right. All right. Well, guys, that's going to bring us to probably the guy that's been down here chomping at the bit, waiting for his interview for this victory tonight. James Mayer, if I can't remember correctly, this is your second win on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I think so. Doesn't really do anything for me because I've missed so many races with work and stuff. But it's always nice to steal one though.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about. Really, same thing we were talking to Anthony and Adam about. Atlanta's not an easy track to run. It is a technical track, but for a 2-caution Saturday night OP race, man, you guys tore it up out here tonight. What an amazing race.
Absolutely. We didn't, started these races, you never expect them to go, I think we went 80 laps, 83 laps maybe, caution free. So that's a great run to get in. 2 cautions all night. Didn't expect that either. I thought for sure that on that last run, I never expected it to be a fuel run, fuel race. So, shout out to everybody out there tonight. Everybody showing, that's kind of what happens when you race, I guess with a little bit of respect and, maybe not as aggressive, at, especially this track because
it can go south real quick at this track.
Yeah, you can upset a car and on this front stretch pretty easily, and so.
Now let's talk a little bit about the fuel strategy, the tire wear. I know Atlanta is notorious for eating the right sides, but the fuels you guys was running 26 to 28 laps on a tank of fuel.
Yeah, so the first run, we didn't take any tires. We were kind of thinking other people did take tires, and obviously we didn't, really gain a whole lot of time. So, figured it probably better to take tires. So, took tires the rest of the race there. Just rather be safe than sorry because it does start to get, tight. And I don't know if you remember last time we were here, I tried 2 tires and it did not work. I got way loose.
Yeah.
So I was definitely not going to try the 2-tire thing again. I think if you're able to save tire a little bit, you're probably get 1, maybe 2 runs out of them. If you're, not abusing them too much. But So it's
Well, I've always
good runs there.
I try to do that before James when I was racing. I'm just going to take outside. I'm going to take right sides because they're getting eat up, you know. And it come back as soon as I hit the racing surface. Yeah, I was around. So I was like, okay, that's it. I don't care if I lose the draft. I'll make it up somehow. I'm taking 4 tires every time I pit. You can almost guarantee you that.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, like I said, there was a lot of give and take tonight. You know, we did have one little incident. There was more take than give. That's what really brought out our first caution. You know, lap traffic, you know. But all in all, though, I seen a lot of respectful races, a lot of good saves tonight. I know Vicente Guerrero had a pretty good save. So did Anthony's. But, you know, again, this is not an easy track to run either.
No, yeah, it's definitely have to, like I said, you know, you got to have some respect, you know, especially like I said with this front stretch here. If you're the slightest bit out of shape, you're gonna be in that outside wall. If you're on that outside lane, like it's, you know, it's just the way the front stretch is here. It's that first turn will sneak up on you.
Absolutely.
Gets tight coming out of that quad over there, and you know, so it's yeah, you know, shout out to all the guys tonight, because, you know, everybody obviously, you know, a little extra give at this track, and I think everybody did that.
Now, before I turn the mic over to you for your final thoughts, shout outs, and thanks, I've got to ask you, the paint scheme you're running tonight, is it a throwback paint scheme of somebody? I can't remember. I swear I've seen that Valvoline. Or is that a custom?
No, it's not a custom. I think I just snag it off of like Trading Paints.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing really. I think it's just what I threw on. I don't even know why. But
hey, it works for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Awesome job tonight, James. Any final thoughts, shout outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate, bud?
Yeah. As always, thanks to everybody behind the scenes here that keeps OP running. You know, it's a great league. It's been going on for several years. You know, Mark, Rick, Anthony, all those guys, Adam, you know, everybody we run with, Andrew, you know, everybody in the channel, they keep it light, you know, keep the mood light, keep it fun. All the guys that come out and race, you know, week in and week out, you know, it's a competitive league, so it's fun to race. And, you know, tempers can flare every now and then, but you got to expect that. But, you know, largely and at most, you know, everybody's respectful and usually apologetic when, you know, mistakes do happen. So huge shout out to everybody that comes out and races. You know, you guys up in the booth putting on the show, and you know, everybody out there that's watching, we appreciate it.
All right, James. Well, congratulations on the victory tonight, buddy. Go celebrate. We will catch you soon.
I need to push back to pit road. I'm out of gas.
Well, Anthony, I think's out of gas too, so I think y'all have to call the tow truck at this point.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Well, go celebrate, James. We'll catch up with you soon here, bud.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to bring us to our results here tonight. We'll go ahead and pull this up for you guys. Of course, James Mayer, your winner tonight in that 95 Valvoline machine. Anthony English in second. Adam Kilday third. Larry Eddy finishing fourth. Stephen Miles in fifth. Andrew Zonto in sixth. Mark Mann with the top 10 finish in seventh. Rick Seabrins in eighth. Andrew Schroeder Knight. Jerry Bergeron rounding out your top 10. Robert Hooligan finishing 11th. Thomas Lockwood in 12th. Dana Shepard in 13th. Everett Lane 14th. Cody Eldred finishing in 15th. Vicente Guerrero 16th. Jimmy Reynolds 17th. Chris Jordan 18th. Excuse me. Doug Johnson finishing 19th. Rick Sanchez in 20th. Ron Holyfield 21st. Gabe Butler 22nd. Stephen Luttrell finishing 23rd. Dude Conrad 24th. And Dwayne Corbett rounding out your 25 car field here tonight. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here on Maxspeed TV. We will be back Monday night for the OP Premier Series. We'll be right here on Maxspeed TV. Starting a little bit earlier, it'll be 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern. Again, tune in. I appreciate everybody out there in chat. William Luttrell out there. I appreciate you, buddy. Dwayne, Everett Grover, Lona Luttrell out there. Belva Phelps, Ginger Parent, Brad Allison, Let me make sure. Brendan Kennedy, I know, was out there. Dylan Lane, my nephew, out there watching. But let me see if that is. I think that's going to be it. Yeah, so that's going to do it for us tonight here on Maxspeed TV. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and joining us tonight. Until Monday, guys, hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend. You guys stay safe and have a good night.